He's got 12.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Well, J.J. Redick had a few moments to share with me. Unsurprisingly, the conversation turned to Rudy Gobert. Let's be honest, he's scary, Coach said about the 7-footer. He hinted their strategy might involve trying to, quote, lure Rudy out of the paint so he's not there to slap away our layups. Maybe some tricky play here to try and push Gobert out of his comfort zone. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks. That'll be a 5-second call. And we got minutes, we have rotations. These elements, Greg, are very much in the works at this time of the season.
And I tell you, a hot streak from a role player might earn them a starting spot. And further success can really shake things up. Giving everyone a fair chance is key.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Randall from outside. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Well, every season, Randall works on his range because he understands the importance of stretching the floor at his position.
And so J.J. Redick will call a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
And turn your attention to the court. It's your Lakers squad. And turn your attention to the court. It's your Lakers squad.
With this stoppage in play, we have a chance now to show you which teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. In fourth, the Timberwolves.
Well, last season, what stood out about this team was their three-point shooting. They shot a very high percentage from distance.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
And checking out some numbers for Doncic. He's coming off an excellent season. He put in about 28 points per, 7 assists and 8 rebounds. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yeah, their entire system would look different if they didn't have this guy to depend on.
Vanderbilt's checked in for the Lakers. Shake Milton comes in for connect. Timberwolves trail by 10. The key thing, Coach, that Dante DiVincenzo brings to a team is that coveted 3-and-D skill set.
I agree with that, Kevin, but he brings so much more. He can now play off the dribble and make plays for others. And I think the most underrated thing on a lot of players who become great is Dante DiVincenzo is both very smart and very tough.
And Edwards puts up a deep three. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
Los Angeles ball. Substitution on the court.
Los Angeles leading by 10. Here's Vincent. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Here's Sensabaugh. That's in, coming off the assist from Edwards. Edwards got 3 assists in the game. And here's Milton. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Goodwin kicks to Milton. Pass to Vincent. From outside the arc. Rebounded by Marion. Timberwolves trail by 9. On the wing, Milton hasn't made one yet.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Sensabaugh, no good. Milton, wide open. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their transition game has been in full effect. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Lakers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be. Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them play.
On the court for Minnesota, we've got Brown. Also, Dante DiVincenzo's out there. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Hey, guys. The Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me. Back over to you, Kevin.
Fills it up with the best. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you.
Well, you could tell that Randall was looking for his shot there. Got the ball and wasted no time leading up the jab.
Good one. Good.
It took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
There's Brown with the 3. Drills the three-pointer.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
All right, guys.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Hachimura, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Dalton Connect comes in for Goodwin. And Doncic is subbed in for Vincent. Minnesota also with the sub. Edwards is checked in. Vanderbilt misses.
And that's one way to end up in the highlights.
Yeah, all right. That'd be an automatic benching if I was coaching. What was that?
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Oh, Edwards, and look how far away he is.
Look, if Edwards is hitting that shot, there's not much you can do defensively to stop it.
Greg, Anthony Edwards is full of confidence, and it's beautiful to watch.
And rightfully so. Ant can do it all on the floor. As complete of a wing as you'll find in our league.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust.
And here we can check out the story on Julius Randle. Great showing for him last season. Last season, he averaged 18 points a game, 7 rebounds and 4 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, look, he is truly the kind of player you build everything around. Your plays, your lineups, it's all about setting this guy up for success.
Lakers leading by 16. Puts up a 3, and the Lakers hit again from deep.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Edwards, that's good.
After hitting 0 threes in the first half, he's got a couple now. You can see the confidence building.
Here's Connect, and the Lakers hit again from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Took him no time at all on that one. Randall's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, he's already got 9 points from three-point range. They need to pay attention to him wherever he is.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
Oh, he got it!
Can you believe that?
Hilton the pass to Hachimura. Now connect. This one for three. Julius Randle with the rebound. .59 seconds left here in the second. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And here's Doncic from the arc. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And normally near the top, handling the ball. Luka sneaking out to the corner there, getting free for three.
Shot is good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down to 13. Good bucket there from Brown.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D chills.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
There's 39 seconds left in the first half. Edwards fires from way outside. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Inside, here's Hachimura. Good, nice job down low. Hachimura's got 8 points.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
Edwards, no good.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Here's Milton. Traps in the tray. He's got 7.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
That will count. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Lakers on top, delivering the blowout. 2K Sports, back in a moment here in Los Angeles.
Thanks for tuning in. We love the mountain climbing, don't we? Well, there's a huge mountain to climb for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, their defensive effort uninspiring, like Kenny's acting career.
Oh, okay. I'm not even going to go through the films that you in. Stay in your lane, brother. Stay.
Okay, time to And that is it for halftime, folks.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Austin Reeves really making a difference here.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
The guard pair will be Doncic and Reeves. Connect out there with Hachimura. And it's Koloko in at the 5 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. There's the triple. Good on the three-point shot. McDaniel's got his first 3 points of the game. Well, Greg, you've had a long NBA career, so I'm curious, what's one of the biggest changes you've noticed since you've retired?
Well, one that doesn't get talked about enough. Length. Players these days are just longer, especially in the backcourt and that wing position. It feels like every team has a guy 6'9" or taller that is a pure perimeter player.
Back to Doncic. Pass to Hachimura. Reeves with it. Picked up by Edwards. Reeves gets the bucket.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Minnesota shooting the ball at 42%. Here's Randle. Rebound the Lakers.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Reeves can't hit.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
LA has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. From past the arc, falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
How about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
He was all alone on that one. McDaniel's got 6 points.
Yeah, that's a good sign for McDaniels. They need him to shoot with confidence.
And it's Connect. That time on the assist by Reed. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Randall from outside. It's rebounded by Koloko. Koloko's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Connect. A three-pointer off the mark. Minnesota's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Rudy Gobert talked about his objectives. He said, my goal is to be the best defender ever. And now my only focus is to win a championship and to keep impacting my team. Keep trying to make my team the top defense in the league. I think that's the best measure of an all-time defender. Guys, back to you.
He can lock it down. Okay, Allie, thanks. Here's Connect. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Oh, great ball movement there.
For Minnesota, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Offensive rebound. Here's Gobert. That one good for 2.
Well, that's what Gobert is out there to do. Using his size to win second chances at the hoop.
So Coach Van Gundy, after 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards, his last coming in 2024, do you think Rudy Gobert has a chance at another?
Well, look, Kevin, I think Rudy continues to play at just as high a level defensively. But now as the game has changed, I think we're starting to reward guys with those awards who can not only protect the rim and make it tough on teams, but can go out on the perimeter and guard multiple positions. So I think it'll be tough for him to get a fit.
And that one's good. Hachimura.
And we know Hachimura has a confident personality. You see it there with the rise and fire approach. Nice.
Three-pointer, Randall. Connects from three-point range. Randall's got 18 points in the game.
Well, that's his 4th triple for the game now. Just his 1st in the second half.
And here's Reeves outside. Add another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside. Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. We've got 33 seconds left in the third. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Timberwolves have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15.
Just a smart veteran play by Conley, making sure the ball gets to the guy with the best shot available.
Here's Connect. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Reeves gets the bucket.
I wouldn't call Reeves an elite three-point shooter, but Austin is more than capable.
There's 10 seconds left to play here in the third. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
And that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. I mean, he needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 34-point advantage heading into the break. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. Right back after this break. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. And a look at the five for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Conley. Then there's Bruce Brown. Then it's Julius Randle. And it's Sensabaugh in at the power forward. A shot's good from Milton.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. And with all the talk about load management, coach, and player participation, what about getting rid of players fouling out?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of getting rid of players fouling out. I do like the idea, and I think Scott Skiles was the one who brought it up, Kevin, of taking like the offensive fouls and just having that be a turnover, like the illegal screen or a charge, and not charge that as a personal foul, where honestly you end up being punished double.
That's two really unproductive trips in a row ending in turnovers.
Three from the inbound, and again Los Angeles with the triple.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
And so it's Randle bringing it up now for the Timberwolves. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Conley gets the bucket.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Los Angeles has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Vanderbilt the pass to Milton. Here's Goodwin. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Edwards has come in for Mike Conley.
Number 5.
Here's Milton. Beyond the arc. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
And he continues to shoot a perfect percentage. Clearly a big reason why they're up right now.
Brown outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Edwards. Edwards got 6 assists in the game. Finney Smith kicks to Goodwin. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Cans it from downtown.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets.
From deep, the shot's good for Milton. He's got 12 points here in the second half.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Sensabaugh, and again, Minnesota with the triple.
Well, that's a breakdown defensively. Can't afford to give him those kind of looks.
Vanderbilt's shot is good.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Finney Smith passes to Milton. Jacks up a 3. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
That's a nice shot, helping to space the floor for his team.
So it's the Timberwolves now. For the three, sinks the three-pointer. Sensabaugh got 6 here in this quarter.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back-and-forth moments. Look, when he gets hot, it's scary. Feeling it right now.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
Well, that's part of the value of DiVincenzo. He can run offense and set up others.
Here's Milton. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
And so good off the bounce. Edwards working on his shot off the catch, and it is paying off. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Lakers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Dalton Connect.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand. On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on.
Yeah, it's so frustrating as a coach when it takes your team this long to get into a rhythm.
Pass to Vincent. Shoots the three. Buries it from three-point range.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
And this is how Randall likes to operate, taking it in to the defense over and over again.
And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. Los Angeles making a switch here. James is checked in. Gobert, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. McDaniels comes in for Brown. The putback tries again. Finney Smith finds Goodwin from deep. James rebounded by the Timberwolves. 15 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And the rejection by James. And James throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Not a fan of those kinds of passes.
5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Vanderbilt. It counts.
And that assist got a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in.
Thanks so much. I'm here with Luke.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. And that about wraps it up. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. And we'll see you next time.
And an opportunity for these guys to get loose, find the range,
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for spending Sunday evening with us. Here with the greats, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson, and Allie LaForce, our reporter. So let's take a look at the Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup. Luka and Reeves are the 1 and the 2. Dalton Connect out there with Rui Hachimura. And it's Koloko in at the center position, filling out the middle. And Richard, Coach J.J. Redick coming under criticism for how he handled substitution patterns in last year's playoffs.
Look, he did an amazing job in guiding them to the 3rd seed. And look, they just ran out of gas against a better Minnesota team. Players wish they had shots back, and so do coaches sometimes. It's always a great time when DeRozan is shooting the 3 with confidence, and he's answering it there.
Down low. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
3 out of 3. Perfect start. Let's see how long they can ride this wave.
The 3 ball. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Yeah, out of the corner, DeRozan finding the open space on the floor.
Fires for 3. And it's Koloko missing. The Kings have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. And another 3 from DeRozan. DeRozan's got 9.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ellis. Los Angeles has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. And here's Connect outside. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
Shot by Levine, no good.
If you're looking for ways to help your team, that's last on the list.
Not only a terrible shot, but also at the worst possible time. That's just not a good idea.
From deep three-point land. Hachimura with a rebound.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Richard, when you talk about Austin Reeves, this guy continues to defy expectations.
I still can't believe he was an undrafted free agent. Not only does he score, he shoots an impressive percentage while doing it. It's just an incredible story.
The 3 gets the 3 to fall.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
And timeout called by Doug Christie. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys.
The Sacramento Kings street team. Coming onto the hardwood is your Sacramento Kings street team. Let's get it.
And here we have the 2K leaderboard with last year's best three-point shooters. Zach LaVine is second.
He shot with nearly unmatched confidence from the arc last year, and the numbers and his position on this list clearly reflect that.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Zach LaVine is becoming a more rugged defender. He said, it takes a toll. I've always been in great shape, but you have to be strong, too. The mental side of it, digging deep and figuring out how to get it done and how much you want it. Now, I like taking on those challenges. Brian, back to you.
Making the commitment. All right, Allie, appreciate the report.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Nice shot by Walker.
He's someone opposing defenses have a hard time game planning for.
And here's Connect outside. Rebound by Sacramento. They defeated Utah in their last game.
Talk about strong offensive production. They went out, played to their strengths, and were successful as a result.
And no team is going to shoot 50% every night, but this team has the right approach. When the shots are falling, they can light it up.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Walker. And the shot falls short that time.
And the defense was right on him there. Nice contest.
It's stolen by Ellis. He's got a clear path. And the ball out of play. Lakers will have it.
And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's take a look at the breakdown between the front court and back court for Los Angeles.
Well, it's really a pleasure to see a front court that can dish the ball this effectively. They've got a great vision for the floor and have been a big part of getting the offense clicking in this game.
Look at who's out there now for Sacramento. Keegan Murray's checked in for Walker. LaRavia comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Malik Monk's checked in for Zach LaVine. And it's Westbrook in for Ellis. Some changes for Sacramento. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Sabonis. And it's Zach LaVine in for LaRavia. And then for Los Angeles, Connect comes in for Reeves. And Vincent is subbed in for Doncic. 43 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Finney-Smith. Sinks the tray.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
There's 38 seconds left now in the first quarter. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Sends it home from three-point land.
Hitting back with the three of his own. Westbrook not giving an inch.
And now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And Sacramento making a change here. Jones is checked in. 32 seconds left to play in the first. Back to Connect. There's the triple. Hits the trifecta. Connect's got 23 points.
And he has flat out taken over this quarter. Keep feeding the beast.
And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. Trailing by 19. Pass to Milton. Takes the three. The shot that time not on target. Monk with a steal. And another miss by Sacramento.
Usually he's a master in the midi, but not that time.
And so it's Los Angeles out in front by 19 going into the break. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
And not only that, they're off to a pretty hot start shooting from outside. They seem locked in tonight.
So on the floor for the Lakers to kick off the second quarter. We've got Dalton Connect. Gabe Vincent out there with Shake Milton. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Vanderbilt in at the power forward position. Well, Grant, we're still early on in this new season. I imagine it can be difficult to get back into the flow of things.
You know, B.A., you're spot on. It definitely takes some time to get used to the grind of the season again. You know, between the traveling and the hotel rooms, changing time zones. But you find your flow again eventually.
Now here's Vincent, and here's Connect outside. And another three for the Lakers.
What a night for Dalton Connect. We're getting a taste of his potential tonight.
And here's Vanderbilt from the arc. Achua with a rebound. And out of bounds, Los Angeles will have it. And here we have last season's best free throw shooting teams. The Kings, fourth.
It's one thing to be aggressive getting to the line. And last year, they made good on the opportunities when they presented themselves.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for Sacramento. Here's Vincent. Drains the triple. Vincent's got his second bucket on the night.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
LaVine, that one's good.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Take that, he says. I see your three, and I'll raise you another three.
Count it from distance.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And Grant, after last season, a new front office taking over in Sacramento, trying to get them back in the playoffs.
Yeah, and after ending their record-breaking postseason drought in 2023, the last 2 years have seen the Kings again outside the playoffs. They're restless to get back there in the mix. And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight. The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
And so here's Sacramento. And there's Murray. That one's good. And the assist by Westbrook. Murray's got his first basket.
Yeah, this is the kind of confidence you love seeing. Murray not thinking twice at all about firing away.
He buries it from three.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
The Kings have gotten only 2 of 8 field goals to go in the second. The Lakers have gotten 7 of their first 9 shots to drop during the second. And here's Connect outside. And Los Angeles, another 3.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Well, the Kings shooting a low 30% from the floor. Knocks it down from distance.
The response, Levine hitting that 3 right back at you.
Basket counts. Connect's got 34 points.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. The Kings last season traded for Zach LaVine, and he said, quote, "I've been a fan for a long time, knowing how incredible these fans are each and every game. A Tuesday night, it's still going to be packed in here. People pull for their team, and I don't take it for granted." Back to you.
Tremendous support. Allie, thanks very much for the report.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Sabonis, he's checked in for Valanciunas. Walker comes in for Murray. DeRozan is checked in for Levine. And Ellis is subbed in for Westbrook. And then for Los Angeles, Koloko, he's checked in for Finney-Smith. Hachimura comes in for Vanderbilt. And Austin Reeves is subbed in for Milton. Here's DeRozan. Sacramento again missing.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Pass to Connect. The 3 is up. And Los Angeles, another 3.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Ellis' shot is off. The 3 is up. And again for 3. Woo, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
B.A., he's on fire.
Here's Sabonis. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
That kind of challenge isn't going to deter Sabonis. He's good at gutting through contact.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. And they got called for a 5-second violation. Luka Doncic is checked in for Reeves.
Coming onto the floor for the Lakers, number 77, Luka Doncic.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Los Angeles ball.